What's up, Gemini? This is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoy this video, please do give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you're new here, I put these out every 2 weeks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you want to keep up with me as I do. I do personal readings, guys. In my sessions, I incorporate universal law of assumption consciousness with my channeling and tarot to help you break unconscious patterns in your love life or manifest your specific person by redirecting your focus. So if that is something that you would like, then you can book in with me. If you can't get a hold of me, or if you're looking for a more traditional psychic or a tarot reader, I have put links to my affiliates in the description box as well. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5 minutes reading free, and Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus $10 when you deposit $20. Check them out if you feel called to do so. And if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I put the links to those in the description too. So Gemini, we're going to do the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? A projected potential outcome. And the reason I say that is because all potentials exist. This is a reading, a check-in. My tarot is just a check-in into one version of you, your specific person, and the connection that you, Gemini, have selected, manifested, are manifesting and selecting out of the infinite that are available right now in this moment. Creation is finished. All things exist at once. Everyone is you pushed out. Circumstances don't matter. You can have anyone or any version of anyone that you want. If you would like to manifest this differently, it just requires a shift in your state of consciousness, the version of Gemini that you're being, a reselection, new dominant thoughts and assumptions, and a shift in your awareness. So you can check out my other content if you like on the topics of manifesting. And I like to also give tips as I go. Okay, Gemini, the person on your mind, how do they feel about you? Okay, Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, ooh, wishes fulfilled, pleasure, joy, Queen of Pentacles. So somewhere between fun and joy and also stability, commitment, nurturing the situation. Let's have a look. Yeah, burdens, because the World in the reverse. And the Sun cut, look, Sun is still pleasure and joy. It's slightly dulled. It seems to be due to responsibility. Like there's burdens connected to this. The World card might be things going round and round, connected to burdens. Not that the connection is a burden, because I saw that pleasure and fun, and then Queen of Pentacles being about maybe practical matters, nurturing the connection, also financial components could be weighing on the situation, if you know what I mean. So the World card, like lots and lots of maybe things going on outside of your connection, unfinished business, like tying up loose ends, career-wise, finances, a small portion of you, travel could be a factor, or like physical distance, so it could go round and round a bit. It could dull the joy just a little bit. Let me see. But Lovers card, Gemini, very strong connection, potentially also lots of pleasure, because I love this Deviant Moon deck. It's actually quite sexy. And then we've got the 4 of Wands in the reverse, and then the Queen of Pentacles has come out in the reverse. Okay, Gemini, so here's the thing, right? Do I see that this is an issue to do with actually commitment and loyalty? Not so much, but do I feel like maybe there's a sense of things going round and round and needing to like nurture the connection? Yes. Now, Queen of Pentacles in shadow energy tends to neglect herself. Now, I'm not saying that's your fault, Gemini. So, and when I say herself, it's not gender specific. It could be like that there's a drain and there's a lot weighing outside of this connection. And therefore, that maybe it's a little bit of like needing to redirect focus and nurture self. There could be a lot pouring out outside of the connection. Now, strong connection here between the two of you. In some senses also, there could be this question of like, are you really choosing the connection? Like an issue of feeling like not really chosen. And that could be because of burdens, responsibilities. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse can be like also feeling self-sufficient, feeling grounded, financially, etc. I mean, let me see, because 4 of Wands in the reverse, there could be issues to do with house and home, or questions around, are we going to move in together? Or questions around building that solid foundation together, and that might be just because of just burdens, distance or financial. See? So let me see, the World card, yeah, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, okay, so maybe that can be impulsive communication or erratic communication. I'm really picking up like an exhausted energy, Gemini. Like, I just hear exhausted. So the Knight of Swords, so maybe it's just like this round and round of like all the, the weighing of responsibility, and then things can get erratic maybe between the two of you, the communication style. And then that maybe it goes from like pleasure and fun to, feeling a little bit erratic. Let's have a look. Yeah, because the Knight of Pentacles, this is a serious energy. So building slowly towards a financial goal, but then maybe becoming very stressed with one another. And yeah, and then a King of Wands in the reverse. I mean, some of you are dealing with a situation that involves, like I said, career and work. King of Wands in the reverse could be an entrepreneur, but someone that's like working quite hard towards a goal and hasn't gotten there yet. And so there's issues to do with stability, commitment, like settling down, like properly settling down, like marriage, etc. And then that causes frustration. I mean, there's an Eight of Swords here. So this person, there's a lot of limiting beliefs, okay? Like maybe fears when it comes to the long-term vision, and then you get reactive with one another as well, and it goes round and round. Let me look at this Ten of Wands. The Magician. So they are manifesting, and they, I feel like there's this strong connection, and they're manifesting probably the long-term goal, and then there's a lot of this that's like weighing on the goal. And then there's communication, like frustrations with one another. Maybe it feels slow to get it to where you guys want to get it to. Tell me more about this King of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Cups. Confusion. I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, guys, depending on how much you want to like pay awareness to that. But confusion, it could be communication issues at the moment that are causing emotional turbulence, erratic communication, misunderstandings. I'm not really picking up a player energy, and even though I don't like labels regardless, guys, because I'm a consciousness channel, like I think that whatever it's going to be what you say it is. You're going to keep reselecting a player, you'll get a player. But like the King of Wands in the reverse really is can be that, but I'm just getting it's like lacking confidence, maybe lacking direction. King of Wands in the upright is like very action forward, but there seems to be maybe frustration that what is being manifested is taking a long time. I mean, you can affirm, Gemini, that this person's thriving, killing it, doing so well for themselves. I mean, whatever. You get to select how you can affirm for people, guys. You can manifest for people. But they're very, especially in this deck, look, the Magician card is staring at a coin, okay? Even though the Magician, traditionally it's like they have all of they have like the cup and the sword and all of that, like this. They're really staring at the coin. So I feel like the burden might be around career, manifesting more money, feeling stable, and there's impatience then between the two of you, and then that kind of goes round and round, and then it causes mixed feelings. Like maybe it gets erratic, and then it's like, well, no. Well, if you're not going to like invest in the connection, then you might get reactive with one another. Now you can change the communication, guys, absolutely. So we're going to get to your side of the street. They might worry that you're not fully choosing them, Gemini, Seven of Cups, or they might worry that you might, feel like they're not enough, and that maybe they do feel like you have other cups around or other options. I wasn't picking up third-party energy here, but the Eight of Swords, this person might have some limiting beliefs they're trying to break free from. Yes, because we've got a King and a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Look, you mutually might not be trusting. First of all, you mutually might be very focused on career material matters and feeling inadequate in that way, or you mutually might not be trusting each other that you're choosing one another fully and completely. But I don't think it's founded. I don't think it's because there are third parties. I just think it's like the way you're communicating with one another. So that is something anyway that we can shift, just like we can shift anything, through you shifting your focus, reselecting a preferable version of the connection. Our communication is perfect. We get along so great. If you're focusing on fights and things that you've had before and you keep going round and round, they said that, they did this, I said that, why did I say that, why did they do this, then you're going to keep it in your awareness. You don't shift the dynamic. So you're not trying to change that. You are literally just stepping into version of Gemini. I am, you know, I am. I'm the version of Gemini that has the most perfect relationship. This person and I, we communicate so well. We're so on the same page. They love me so much. If you question that, let's have a look. You think Ace of Wands, that the passion's been turned off a little bit. It looks like there's a lot of stress and burdens here, because I just saw that Ace of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Swords, and you don't, things are avoided, and then there's maybe a bit of an eruptive kind of a communication style you have with one another. The World card in the reverse, guys. Things going round and round. How does Gemini feel about this person? I will get oracle cards as well, guys, just to like clarify some things. So that's your energy. Then we've got Virgo, Gemini, Magician, and then we've got Leo with the Sun. Okay, you feel Six of Wands in the reverse. You're feeling not very successful in this situation, or you're feeling you're not getting the recognition or the attention. So maybe, you know, that's the thing. There's a lot of outside burdens, and then it goes round and round, erratic reactions, communication with one another. Round and round, guys. See, this is why I do the tarot. Why do I keep saying round and round? The World card in reverse, the World card in the reverse. Okay, what else? Seven of Swords, and you don't trust it. You don't trust it, Gemini. So the Seven of Swords is like trust issues, you know, like maybe you feel like this person comes across like they're hiding something or they're avoiding. It doesn't look to me like they are. But if you focus and you continue to focus, well, one, you can see that you're going to collapse a certain dynamic and result over and over and over. So if you're waiting for this person to change and you're getting pissed off at the mirror, well, it's the slow game, okay, guys? You must shift the way in which you view them. Communication style, like maybe you feel like they look shut off because they're very burdened by like outside factors, and then you make an assumption that they're being an avoidant, quote unquote, hold them in the assumption that they are, then it goes round and round, then you react, and you see how it goes. Okay, yeah, Eight of Pentacles, work and career seems to be a big factor. Also, maybe you want this person to put more effort into you and giving you attention. Well, Gemini, change the story. I'm their number one priority. They give me so much attention. They're always all over me. I saw that maybe you feel the passion's been turned off. Say, oh my God, they can't keep their hands off of me. Full stop, period. Because I said so, because that's who I am. And this is the version that I'm selecting. Look, Nine of Cups. And they have, remember I said to you, it's somewhere between pleasure and fun, and then like Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which ended up coming out, or Queen of Pentacles, like nurturing the connection, money, career, finances, and that sort of thing. We've got Queen of Wands. So you want to feel fire and passion and pleasure, and it can be that way, but then it feels like it goes round and round due to work and career, or you feeling like they're not really putting in an effort and they're not trusting. Let's have a look. What's this World card in the reverse? Yeah, Page of Cups. You're not really trusting. So even when they do come in with emotion, Gemini, you might feel like it feels meh, petty or small, or you don't trust it. So yeah, Hierophant cards in the reverse. Some of you are from different cultural or religious backgrounds, and maybe there's literally like confusion when it comes to the way you communicate. Or some of you are not trusting that you're on the same page, share the same values, and so you fight, and that's why it goes round and round as well. I mean, that could be a burden, right? I mean, I don't feel like this person is non-committal, right? Hierophant card is about, you know, traditional values and commitment. I mean, maybe one person wants like the full marriage and another person just wants to be in a serious relationship, but this looks like a serious connection. Doesn't look like there's cheating and all this sort of stuff. Ten of Pentacles. So Gemini, like, what do you want? I mean, Ten of Pentacles, house and home, the future. And then the Hierophant card, I mean, for some of you, yeah, maybe you're not sure, like, is this just pleasure and fun, or is this going to lead me to my Ten of Pentacles? Then there's erratic communication, there's confused mixed signals between the two of you. The Four of Wands seems to be some concerns when it comes to house and home and really committing. I mean, the King and Queen of Pentacles is both in the reverse. So it's like you might mutually question, are you really valuing me? And are you really committed to the situation? So all you need to do, Gemini, because no one to change but self. One, I'm version of Gemini, I always get the commitment. If you question that people aren't really committed to you, or if you question that this person values you, loves you, respects you, no, of course, I'm version of Gemini. I'm always loved, respected, chosen, adored. This person, they dote on me. All the examples I've given, guys, but you can write your own affirmations or just think from that end. That version of you, how would they think if that is what you would be experiencing and that is how that person showed up? It's like, that's how simple it is. I don't know, Gemini, the Seven of Swords. Why is there a Seven of Swords? Ace of Pentacles. I mean, it's like, look, you want to have a new start and stop going round and round. Ace of Pentacles is solid commitments. I really think this Hierophant card in the reverse is like somehow a clashing that you have, and it's coming down to you feel like something's being avoided being addressed, and that, like Seven of Swords, and that could be, you know, maybe house and home, decisions around that, and maybe there's a clash in backgrounds and your communication style, but when it's good, it's really fun and sexy and pleasurable, but then there's a lot of burdens, and then it just goes around and round. I mean, this person does love you. You want them to put more effort in. Eight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, so maybe you're both hard at work. Ace of Pentacles, you know, that would be about finances maybe being poured into, mutually sharing a home, for example. If this goes round and round because of frustrated communication, well, we would just stop holding on to the old cycle. Let it go. Guys, check out my SP guide or breaking unwanted loops and cycles that I've linked in the description box of the video. It's going to get you on your way to take your power back and actually be the one selecting version of Gemini that has the relationship you want, and stop this loop that you have with an SP or with any SP or just in your love life, okay? Like, yeah, it should get you on your way. All right, Gemini, let me get some cards on what they want. I mean, Taurus energy, what do they want? Okay, there's something about self-absorbed, one-sided, like you both kind of, this is about like, hey, there's a lot of burdens, there's a lot weighing, and then there's erratic communication, and it could be like, you're not valuing me, you're not valuing me. Now, I'm not faulting you, Gemini, at all. Okay, what I'm saying is if you want this different, like you feel like this person's self-absorbed, they might feel like you're self-absorbed. Again, who gives a fuck? You don't have to worry about what they're thinking and feeling. Their thoughts and feelings about you they're you pushed out. They're going to change if you shift, okay? That's how it works, the mirror principle, guys. But like, it could be, you know, this person feels like they're putting in a lot of work, they're putting a lot of effort, they have all these goals, and then you're mutually not feeling very valued by one another, okay? We do have passion, okay, insane chemistry, burning desire, sparks and having fun. Then we have conditioning, outdated thinking. There's something about this, okay, also with the Hierophant card in the reverse, you could have your values, right? Like there could be a clash in values. Now, it's not about the commitment issue, because I said I don't think you're fucking around with anyone else. I just think it's like there's something about the way in which the meeting of the minds, the communication, and it's also like old school. One person could be very old school, another person could be less old school, or you're culturally different, or your values are different in some kind of a way. Okay, and then we've got possession and obsession and restraint, possession and control. Emotional block. This is what happens. Knight of Swords, this erratic thing. Someone holds, you know, and Seven of Swords, avoidance, trust issues. Like, are you being open with me? And like I said, I think that this is kind of like you might be ping-ponging this energy back and forth. So you can shift it by just changing your perspective, your observation, detaching, and just bringing your awareness into the now, in a reality, a version of you that has it your way and projects new dominant thoughts and assumptions onto them, holding them as being your preferable version. Yeah, okay, we've got watching, looking, perception, stalking, with ascending, Preparing for union, Four of Wands. Preparing for union, new phase. You both, look, that's about actually commitment. Now this whole thing, obsession and restraint, there could be jealousy issues and watching one another, but neither of you are screwing around with anyone by the looks of things. The Seven of Cups is like the way you communicate, you're mutually, mutual accusations, holding back on one another, whatever. I mean, there's a new phase that this person wants to have, so you take the reins so that you stop going round and round, Gemini, and you get the best possible version. Makes sense? I hope that was helpful, guys. I'm just going to get you a romance angel real quick, because I know I have a Gemini sub that always asks for the romance angels. Look at this. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Even if you've known this person a while, Knight of Pentacles, it just seems that you both hold back on one another a little bit. Now, Gemini, that could be something that you're in the habit of, as like, well, and in the end of the day, you're only going to select versions of people from where you're at. So even though they're not exactly your experience, so you might have a trouble opening up because you have trust issues, then they may appear to be a person that is not very open. And then that gets ping-pongs, but they want to get to know you better. Like you need to, it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. The interesting thing is, guys, right, the two after, and then, oh my God, religious factors all in a row. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I already said you might have different values, different religions, different cultures, different spiritual, whatever. You may be different in some kind of a way. You also might have quite a spiritual connection with the Lovers card. It's a strong soul connection. But there's something about finances and career. I told you. I feel that there's a weighing down of like feeling stable, of feeling secure. And then that causes frustration. And then there's negative assumptions that is like, you're not valuing me, you're not recognizing me, etc. And then we have very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. There's this thing of like, what do you want? You might be making an assumption this person doesn't want you when they're very concerned about building stability. Now just go to the end, Gemini, if you do want them. Say, first of all, don't question, are they choosing me? You need to choose who chooses you, Gemini. So you need to say, yeah, no, they choose me. No, if you want the commitment, no, like the full commitment, say you want marriage. No, they want to marry me. There's a version out of the infinite, guys, that wants to marry you. If you're like the traditional, and then the less traditional or whatever, or, you know, if you feel like this is the burden, finances and career, and you don't feel prioritized, just start saying, no, I'm absolutely a priority. They give me so much attention. They like to rub my feet 3 times a week. Date night all the time. Passion, like, because there a lot of passion. They are very attracted to you, and it seems like you're always watching one another. Maybe you're both suspicious that the other one is going to like, because there's this whole thing around you're not really giving me the attention or valuing me, whatever. It only takes you to be secure to shift it. We don't need to focus on changing them. We're never changing anyone. We're changing us and then our perception and our thoughts and assumptions. So we're filtering and receiving a different reflection, okay? But they're passionate about you. You might feel like the passion's died, and sometimes it's like it's lots of fun and pleasure and passion, and then it just dies with this dynamic. So shift the dynamic, guys. Check out that guide in my video description. Look, I really hope that it did resonate for some of you. It doesn't have to be for everyone, and I intend regardless that it helps some of you. And you can let me know in the comments if so. And I'm sending you guys so much love. I'll check in with you in 2 weeks' time.